Howdy y'all, this is Ishnai Ciarfox, and I'm running a bit behind if you couldn't tell. About to do boarding struggle. The mysterious Cabal. How fares your training, my friend? I imagine you've grown quite accustomed to the shift between spellcraft and swordplay by now. Hardy har har. Har har har. We're gonna make this. I will continue to instruct you, but as I've said before, the practical experience will serve you far better than any tiresome lecture. It is important you treat every battle as an opportunity to learn. Or me as an opportunity to fuck up. Speaking of which, Father Illumi mentioned that he had something he wished to discuss regarding our sigil brand ambushers. Let's head inside, shall we? I wonder what Good Father has discovered. I am ashamed that it did not occur to me earlier, but I recall an incident that may be connected to this dreadful cult. A merchant's son was kidnapped in Udall some months ago. When the merchant came to pay ransom, however, both father and child were murdered. The perpetrators of this terrible act were never unmasked, but evidence of the scene suggests they were slain by thaumaturgy. What's more, is this merchant was native to Alamigo. Is this not true of the father of the girl you rescued? Hey, Salty Nuts, how are you? Aye, he was Alamigan born. A man by the name of Wilkins, so his wife told me. Could he be the true target of the kidnappers? We must speak with Master Wilkin at once. There are too many similarities in these cases to ignore, and I will not put it past the cult to make direct attempt on his life. I'm doing well. Running behind on everything today, but I mean, nothing new for me. Wahahaha. In anticipation of such action, I inquired after Master Wilkins' training itinerary. It seems he's presently conducting visits at the Vanderbilt Golden Saucer, delivering stock for game prizes or such. Very resourceful of you, Father. Come. Ishnai! The Golden Saucer awaits! Oh, it also, I will totally forget. Wrong thing. Wrong thing, I did not go to that list. The other thing I need to do is, I've done a few challenges and see if there's anybody showed up for my squadron. I also need to finish with the... I have a week or so to finish them, and maybe I'll actually get the Stormblood for some of that. Looking at the timers. Okay, none. Is it like weekly? I've done a bunch of challenges, because that's supposed to be what brings them in, right? But I think it's okay. RNG, fun. So basically, the more challenges I complete, the more likely. Oh, sorry. Am I making strange noises? Yes, yes, I am. My apologies, Ishnai. I've neglected to ask if you are a patron of these halls, but we are here now, and Master Wilkin is still occupied with his trade. I'm tempted to eavesdrop on his dealings to learn what matter of man we are saving. I mean, thinking about it, it's gonna be, you know, if the 1 or 2 times I've actually walked through, I actually haven't, you know, walked through to go to the restaurant in a casino. I've actually not been into a casino past that, as in playing the slots or anything, but if my autistic brain almost short-circuited with the amount of lights and sounds and all this other stuff, I'm quite sure we could not overhear him. Hey Chihiro, how are you? Couldn't overhear it, but I mean, I'm a cat person and probably doesn't have autism in the game, so I guess this works. Let's play part of Happily Gamblers and wander by his meeting in the Manderville Lodge and look. Just look for the wonderfully hideous golden statue. Ah! Just woke up. Yeah, I woke up about 2 hours ago, give or take. And I'm still running behind. Gotti. I don't come here enough to know where a fucking Gotti statue looks like. I mean, I know what a Gotti statue looks like, but I don't know where it would be in this Gotti-ass place. Oh, I actually had to visit these places to unlock them. Nah. Tell how much I've been. I come here, can't you? What is that? There's our Master Wilkin. Thank you again. We'll make most of this gift, I promise you. Back straight and head up now, lad, or folks will become suspicious. You've done not wrong. Besides, the coin is fair gotten and freely given. The young man he is talking to me, he is known to me. He's one of the lads that belongs to the Almegan Resistance, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's not clear. It's clearly some simple business deal, but why waste time on suppositions when we can speak to the merchant himself? Where do I go for that, by the way? Am I in the correct location for that? Stumbled upon some secret dealing, that much is obvious, but suggest we allow Master Wilkin to explain himself. Okay, so it's over there. On the top level. Go figure I picked incorrectly on this. Well, I guess I had to do the hitting the cat pot before it'll let me do it. Welcome to where an aerial or sea of your dreams only fortune tipped you with a ticket. Excellent. Let me enlighten you how it works. First, you purchase a jumbo ticket from me, then you pick your 4 lucky numbers, any from 0 to 9 that tickles your fancy, and inscribe them on your ticket. After that, simply wait. We announce the... Does this happen every week? Every Saturday at 9 p.m. I don't have any. Let me real quickly, I guess, go to other place to buy. Can you tell how much time I spent here? I think over here is where you can buy some. So I'm guessing... Oh, 300. I did already unlock that. Okay. Oh, they go up in price each time. Damn. You know, I'm just gonna buy 1,000. For my own sanity. Which isn't much. I'm not saying at all, but I mean... in my own special sanity way. Oh, you can't. The highest you can go, really? This is less than 500 in the... Okay. Okay. So people just can't over... So I need to remember to come back here for it. Salty Nuts, this is now your job. Anyways, back to the quest. Or maybe I'll remember, like, after I finish this quest to check. Mr. Ishnai, Master Izrun. Irun? Dorun? Glad that I am for this chance to thank you in person for the kindness you showed my daughters. A father it's in word to expect you. He also mentioned that the danger to my family is not yet past. You suspect I've been marked for assassination? Have you any idea of why? Say retaliation for funneling funds to the Amigan resistance under the guise of standard business dealings? I thought as much. I recognize your client as one of the young freedom fighters I'd seen in no. Oh, rest assured, your secret's safe with us. I myself have spent better part of my life aiding the resistance. Your dealings do, however, seem to have drawn some rather unpleasant attention. Very well. You saved my children's lives, so I will trust you with the truth. Okay. Many Alamegan refugees are employed here at this Golden Saucer, in no small part due to the wishes of the establishment's owner, Lord Godbert Vandervelde. Several of these employees have direct ties to the Resistance, the young man you saw being one such conduit. As to why I met them here, well, it's a matter of hiding the trees within the forest. There's another incident not so long ago where the son of an Almegan-born merchant and was kidnapped by a cadre of mages. When the father attempted to pay his ransom, the fiends slew both the parent and child. I fear the scenario was the one they hoped to repeat with you. Yes, a terrible turn of events, that was. I did not know the merchant personally, but I knew of his efforts. He too was said to have supported the resistance with the fortune he made in Udall. And there we have our connection. They seek to eradicate resistance sympathizers! I sense the hand of the Empire behind this cabal. Yes, the Empire! But the assassins themselves favor magic, so they're unlikely to be native Garleans. The puppeteer could very well be a hired killer, or mayhap a recruit from a subjugated province. Province. I said it correctly the first time! We shall learn the truth in due time. For now, however, we must take steps to keep you alive. Lord Mandeville is a member of the Syndicate, and the Gold Saucer is his domain. Striking me here would be difficult to say the least. I do, however, have pressing business to attend to in Vesper Bay in the coming days. Vesper Bay, eh? Given its peculiar approach, I can think of a dozen places which assassins could stage an ambush. Might you entrust your safety to Ishnai and me for some strange reason? Together we will prove more than a match for any ambushers, and would also afford us greater insight into our foe. You certainly appear capable. I will gladly accept your protection. Then it's settled. Let's travel ahead to Vesper Bay and scout out the area. One second, y'all. Alright. Let's settle a child has to get out the area. Good that I still have many tickets. What am I doing? I have to use tickets to get there. They ever add an Aetherite to Vesper Bay, or do I have to murder somebody for that? Figuratively, of course. Or literally, according to if it's in game. Good you're here! Master Wilkin has begun his overland trek from Udall. Ah. The usual. Before he left, I asked the good merchant to discuss his travel arrangements with less than his usual discretion. Assuming the assassins have eyes and ears on target, they assume they will have moved to occupy the most favorable ambush sites. Now, if I were intent on murdering a lone traveler, I would be choosing one of two options. Tia, have you done this before? First being the alleyways here in Vesper Bay, and the second being the long, dark tunnel leading into town. I propose we split up and secure both areas. I will take the back streets, of course you will. Sweep the you can have the old mine shaft. Kinky. Sweep the tunnels clean of ambushers, then meet me back here when you're ready when this dirt is clear. Anomalous assassin. Oh, wrong. sometimes doing a few dungeons, I remembered how much I love playing Red Mage. It was one of those, it has reoccurred to me. I have done murder. How about you? You apparently have also done murder. Defeated their ambush, did you? Well done. As you can see, they had a second group waiting in the wings. Your opponents were the same mute attackers as before, yes? I pity these cursed pawns, but we cannot let mercy stay our hands. They're a little different from the Walking Dead, and no art can restore them. It did, however, allow one to escape my blade. We're gonna stalk him? Like good prey? We are both cat people. Just throwing that out there. There was a thought that jumped in my mind and then felt like jumping all the way back out. Oh, right. Mute attackers. If they use magic, they can't be mute. There's still an amount of spells that has to be said, right? That's the reason why silence works against mages. The, affliction. Are we overlooking this fact? Am I overlooking this? Am I looking too deeply into this? On purpose, of course. He seemed eager to disengage, so I obliged. He limped off towards the coast, but the wound I gave him he'll not have fled far. I will track this last assassin to his destination. Pray remain here and greet Master Wilkin. You should be arriving through your secure tunnel at any moment now. Secure tunnel. God damn it. Full eyes. I'm okay. No, I'm not. Mistress Ishnai, here I am, with nary a scratch on my person. My deepest thanks. You have saved my family, and for that I can never truly repay you, but I must at least try. Pray, share this gift with Master Jarun. Words. Also, I'll be freeing your country too, but I mean that's currently in the later process of. My suppliers will be waiting, so I must take my leave of you. Ninalad wrench you and bless your endeavors. Yeah, just checking. Looking. Did he drown himself? We've had a stroke of luck. The man I followed leaped into the sea and was fished out by others at a rowboat. I last saw them making for a merchant anchor out on the bay. Considering the absence of fear, I must assume that the one who fled had been commanded to report the outcome of the ambush. If we can identify the ship, then we'll be one step closer to Max this vile puppeteer. And then we can another token from the esteemed Master Wilkin. Oh. How kind he seeks to reward us. And there's a note here as well, addressed to both of us. Ahem. Yeah, my eternal gratitude. Twice now has my life been saved by red mages, and twice by one in particular. Mayhap you remember the day, 20 years ago, when the Crimson Duelist fought to save the life of a child. I remember you, Master Rune, from your scarlet garb was forever etched in my memory. 'Tis a strange feeling to be recognized for a decades-old deed. Had he not known me, would he have been so readily to place his life in our hands? I wonder. That is a thought that did cross my mind. Aside from the few wrinkles, I suppose I've changed very little in my appearance. I was clothed thus when we worked to evacuate our fellow Alamegans, even as the homeland we knew crumbled around us. But in the end, it is lives that matter, not the place. Regardless of circumstances, a red mage must strive to achieve the greatest good. So I've always believed, our actions are our own reward, but little acknowledgement does wonders to sustain one's faith, eh? True. Alright, we're gonna do the summoner, the astrologist one. I think they said I've unlocked it. I also need to rearrange everything on here so I'm not... I guess I should put all the healers down. No. I'll figure out what I want for the rest of them. Probably they will be moving around a lot also. Okay, so it said that I was high enough level for it, but it doesn't look like it's appearing for me. We're gonna jump over to here to do Wanderers. The other reason why I'm doing that is because it is needed for... Oh my god, Tonberries. Too bad nobody... Does anybody ever cast the... Okay, thanks. So most likely after I do it, well, unless like it's a slow time trying to get into this. Actually, might do that. Asking for a healer. One of Aline's. That one's got a ghost in her attic, you know, keeping her sending her other adventures to that damn place she calls a palace, thinking it's gonna bring her fellow back. So 7 of us that day, one of them her feller. My best friend was another. Soon we walked in, the Tonberry attacked. It was dark, we couldn't get a purchase. On the floor, 'twas covered in lake slime, then in blood. What's more to say? Only Aline and I made it out by the grace of the 12. Everyone else is dead. I think I'd leave him behind, leave my brother by another blood. But if I hadn't seen what the Tonberry left, I saw no treasure there, only death. I've said my piece. If you still want to go yourself, that's your business. I'll ferry you there, for my adventuring days are over, and I am the boatman of this lake. She thinks they're all alive, you see, all 5 of them hiding it from Tonberry, somewhere in the palace. She tried to flee the infirmary, told folk about her friends needing rescue. But then she got sly. Oh, poor Ali. Yeah. After this dungeon, I will go back and see about the cactopod. But yeah, the thought that jumped in my mind and then jumped back out is, does any of the, like, has Black Mage ever been taught Dimmy as a joke to some degree? Or is that a Blue Mage skill on here to go against the Tonberries? Up, up. Yeah, I've done the Tonberry King in Final Fantasy VIII, and I always found them adorable but annoying at the same time. The whole, slowly I creep towards you, knowing your death is coming. And like, and the little sounds he makes while he's walking towards you. The absolutely, and you hear this the menacing kind of sound behind you, or walking up towards you, and he walks over and then stab. Oh, and hiya, Murray, how are you? I'm doing well. I mean, that is a hat. Excuse me. Sorry. Oi. So, I guess one of the annoying things about the whole Tonberry King in is it's within Odin's tower, if I remember correctly, and you have to hurry to get up to see Odin before anything because it's a time thing. But then you end up Um... Sorry, my mind's had a moment. So you end up having to rush through, and then afterwards you have about... What is it, like 99 tonberries you have to murder the poor things? God, we're surrounded. We're surrounded! Sorry, I'm concentrating. Oh, God. Ew. Don't eat him, don't eat him, don't eat him! Ba 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 ba. Sunbury Stalker gives up chase and returns to his lair. Nothing creepy about that. I mean, I'd never wear it, but I want his hat. You could probably get something like that in the game, I'm guessing. Say, as you can tell, purple is very important to me. As you can tell from my, you know, character design. Oh, I did that. So, absolutely gonna, you know, if there's purple things, I'm gonna buy it. By the way, purple is not my favorite color. Yellow and blue are. I just felt like purple... I don't hate purple, mind you. I like purple. And the reason why I didn't use green, because I know I did have to take color theory in college. It would have been preferred to some degree for people. I guess because of the complementary color thing. But I decided I was going to be strange about it. I also do like purple. I don't think there's a color I particularly dislike. Oh wait, neon pink. But that's because it just... the vibration of the neon bothers me. Neon part of it. Oh, right, thank you! Me? ADHD? Manderville quest will be the very last thing we work on, by the way. We might do some of the main quest line story. So I go to the cashier, right? See what you won. Or the early bird bonus? What's that? Okay. The fuck is that? That is obnoxious as fuck. Since I'm here, like, within the hour, I guess? Meh. I could go ahead and buy more, I'm guessing. So it's extra stuff. So it is kind of good to come earlier. Alright. So I have no clue what I'd buy it on. I'm guessing there's some cute outfits or something from here. I haven't gotten into the... I mean, I have gotten into the fashion part, don't get me wrong. I haven't gotten into the extreme fashion part of it. And I'll eventually get around to that because I've seen some PvP gear that I like that I will absolutely have to torture myself. Might as well hear mini games. What are those? Also, yeah, I figured the fashion side of things for this. Something about breeding chocobos, you know, kind of like Final Fantasy VII. I thought I saw So You Want to Be a Jockey. I unlock this one. Oh, I have not. I might as well, while I'm here, just run around and unlock things. You aren't getting me to play Triple Triad. I know I like Final Fantasy VIII, but... And people say that's the best part of Final Fantasy VIII. And I'm guessing if I really, really put my mind to it, I might. You know, I won't enjoy it, but I could put up with it. But, no. Is the Crystal Tower Strike the reference to minigames? Me second time. Yes! Wait, shut up. I am bad at this kind of stuff. That's a reasonable one, comparatively speaking. Just stupid. I had the patience. Oh, wow, I actually... Fuck. Close. New recruit has arrived! Woo! Both those upstairs? This is gonna be a night of ADHD. Absolutely. I'm already seeing it. It's already picturing in my head. Like I said, there's a reason why casinos kind of... I know they're designed for the way they are, but it absolutely, like, my autistic side has a fit because of all the lights and shiny stuff. My ADHD side absolutely can't focus on anything either. Sometimes I think the owner stationed me here just so I'd be forced to ever gaze upon the battle of the bulge being waged between that shimmering statue's small cloth. You know, yesterday I had that thought. during the quest, but I decided I was not gonna cover it because he is married man. I'm gonna let's see, I have a limit. Taken men, taken women. Nah. Going to that one. Which ones am I missing though? Golden chocolate. Somewhere else? I guess that's when I open up the whole... You want to be a jockey. Oh, lift operator. Oh, duh! Yeah, this store lies Chocobo Square and Minion Square. Homes to the heart-pounding, hair-raising spectacles that are Chocobo Racing and Lord of the Verminion. Is that Pokemon? Or Digimon? Or both? Or Aether Wars, whatever, no. The Aetherium Wars or something from Honkai Star Rail. I mean, a whole list of games. What the? What am I? Know what I'm doing. Something close by. Okay, so there's a specific, I guess, location you're supposed to hit. Huh? Oh, that was a guess of a century. I'm good. I don't know why I'm fucking with it anyways. Like I said, this is ADHD, the stream. I mean, it tends to always be that way, but I think this is gonna be worse. Why is he named Simcock, and why am I gonna talk to him? Continue straight ahead, there is your Chocobo. Why did they name him that though? Why did they name him that though? And yearning for... Are you content to merely amble through life? Yes, actually. Shuffle forward step by step at a snail's pace? Yes, actually. If I go any faster, I will fall on my face. I am that graceful. Imagine the wind in your hair as you cross the finish line on top of Chocobo, the whole completion, and the joy of triumph. Would that be far, far greater? I don't know. Have you ever tried... I mean, I know horses don't exist in this world, but trying to ride a horse that's absolutely galloping is horrendous if you don't know how to properly do it. And I have never actually learned how to properly do it, so it kind of felt like I was always just inches away from falling off. And I actually have been thrown from a horse, so... Well, it was a pony, but I mean... but this will be bespeaks the desire already present, does it not? I think this eve a new jockey will receive. Alas, a jockey cannot compete without a suitable steed, a race chocobo to be precise. Maybe you think to nominate your own personal chocobo. If so, strike the thought from your mind at once. Only chocobo trained for the task will suffice. I beg to differ. My Boko is amazing. After all, he was named after Go-Go Boko, which is a chocobo that you're racing in... Oh, shit. Not a Final Fantasy nerd. But fear not, my friend, for it happens we have a surplus of fledgling of need of new companions. In fact, anyone who wishes to don the mantle of chocobo jockey, the Manderville Gold Saucer will generously accept the race chocobo. When I was little, one of the... You know, you have multiple jobs that you want to do when you grow up kind of thing? One of my jobs my sister wanted to be was, because she loved horses so much, was to be a jockey. But the problem is there's a size, like how tall you are, limit to whether you become a jockey or not. And she outgrew it pretty quick. I, however, am the right height size for it, but definitely not interested in that kind of stuff either. I mean, I like petting horses, and I like, you know, trotting with horses. I don't like, well, I don't like fucking, you know, galloping with horses. Maybe if I learned how to do it properly, I could, but I just... Manderville's Gold Star gift a racehorse. You only need journey to Mogul's gift mounts and Brit. Okay, jump back and forth where fledglings receive their initial training. Make your intentions known to the trainer named Calcarin, and she'll see you matched with a suitable steed. Is this a mini Gilgamesh? It is! Mini cacti bar? What's this? Welcome, fur trader. Let's test your luck with the mini cat. Splendid. Now, chance thrice every day. Okay. Manderville Gold site. I guess. Oh my god, just a Sudoku. I hate. Has to be 6. None of those would have gotten the one I wanted, though. The highest one is a sum of 6. I mean, at least I'm earning back enough to say that I didn't overspend for... Meh. It's okay. It's okay. Yep. Yes, poorly. So I can get the challenge thing done. Challenge log. It's complete. No worries. Alright. Go to... Meadows? Meadows? Hi! I am here for Chocobo Race. Another one for the races. Hey, welcome, welcome. Once you've made your decision, I'll prepare the registration form you'll need to take back to the race counter. Lest you worry, our Chocobos are a quality stock. They may not seem much back first. Being young and inexperienced, give them a chance, they'll win you a championship. So at any time. Is this like male or female? Oh, okay. Am I allowed to name a Boko also? Knew the hatch is breed until it's maiden race, trained and cared for. Station. Curious, Kettering poses you a question. You're still here? I reckon you'd run off by now, being eager to try your hand at the racing whatnot. I mean, it is a living creature. I know it's not a, you know, real living creature, but I mean, I feel like I need to understand better how to train and take care of. So, in case you've forgotten, I'll re-add it into the race counter. Enter. Okay. Anything else? Chocobo Square. I have a little one. Our promising new jerky, yes, jerky returns, bearing your fledgling Chocobo's registration. But of course, one so keen to join the ranks of honored champions would not be so foolish as to misplace essential documentation. Of course not. I can't lose something that was in my hand literally 5 seconds ago, and I haven't gotten up from this goddamn chair. Responsible. Wrote a name probably for my Chocobo. Sorry, I'm figuring out a name. When that final bureaucratic hurdle has been mounted, return to me now. Shall participate. Speak to afterwards. Speak with register. Of course, learn the fundamental of racing. I believe Kyler's provided you with registration for your race, Chocobo. Yes. I cannot name. I am not allowed to name him myself. I literally went out to. Way to find. Oh, I already had an idea. I literally looked up the word for canary yellow in Gaelic, but no. Okay, fine. You know, for land and sky, they don't actually have many words for land. Okay, materials is under materials. Not actually. However, if you're not qualified to do so, pray. Fine. We have not else discussed completing the training course. What? Leave me a destroy from watching the fledglings glow. Glow. It's your race, Chocobo. Okay. What kind of fight are they getting into with the races? Do they... Stop. Training that is. Select inner... Oh, we actually, we don't sit back and, you know, be bourgeois about this. We make it do it on ourselves, themselves. Oh, can carry the rate. So the end of the... Okay, so it's speed up for this. Decrease more quickly when accelerating, I noticed. So do I give it a food if that's the case, or do I... Or you want me to actually get the stamina all the way down? Be warned. Lathered and lose stamina even more quickly. Okay. Levelate. Okay. Do I race against others or will it be NPCs? Accelerate to full speed then. I accelerated to full speed, I think. Okay. Yeah, he moves left and right as well as I do, which is to say as much as well as a crab moves forward and backwards. Throughout the course, bestowed various effects. Okay, so Mario Kart. Ah, miss. Oh, other side! Other side! Hey, Noswall, how are you? Not all. Also jump to avoid them. No, it's sending it in the air, so you'll need to jump. Okay. Automatically. Okay. What were you doing, hun? Excellent. You can commit sanctioned races. Ratings will increase. Specialized training ability instructions do not charge fees for the service. Furnish us with the correct luxury, but can say can I get without the requisite feed? Okay. This unlearned availability for you can teach it a new one. Okay. And it might be better. So there doesn't seem to be an age. I mean, not an age. Deal? Leaves water. All right. So odd. I don't know what I'm doing. The free judge. Oh. Can I have more than one? Which there's. Main class. Trading. Far more experience. Maze spinner's pull. Spinner. To debate whether I want to do a try and do a run. I'll do this for another day. Right now, let's go to RPG 6 Capital of Final Fantasy 14. Apparently a new victim arrived. Victim as in new recruit. Good news, Commander. We received new enlistment papers. I left them on your desk. If you prefer, however, I can arrange you meet any new recruits face to face. I always like to look at the... Archer. We do have a healer. Question. Officer, servant, or officer can balance work and play. Ha! Balance work and play? Who the fuck are you talking to? That dance. That dance, though. Squadron's now 4 strong, which means you're ready to deployment, sir. Squadron formed. Everybody is gonna die. Barracks has room for 8 soldiers. If you wish to enlist any promising new recruits beyond that, I'm afraid you'll have to discard one of the existing squadron members. Never a pleasant task, but an elite unit is no place for underperformers. Right then. Say experience is the best teacher, so we jump right into a simple mission. Speak to the squadron. Select squadron. Woo! Firm chemistry. What? Oh, these are... I have 2 DPS and a healer. Greetings, Commander. Squadron's eager to receive your next... Now, normally I would offer you a list of pre-approved duties to choose from, but I take the liberty of arranging a simple mission to ease the recruits into their roles. All you need to do is confirm the squadron members and give the signal to deploy. Squadron missions must be undertaken by a unit comprised of 4 members. Choosing the recruits who seem suitable for the mission, then select deploy mark. Patrol. Hour. Orders given, Squadron. I should mention each deployment is funded by company seals. I've paid what is owed this time around, but Maelstrom requires that their soldiers receive fair compensation. For their deployments, you'll need to pay the recruits yourself, Commander. Why, though? Oh, wait. I thought the whole thing is... being a part of a free company means the company themselves is supposed to pay for it, not the commander. How do you think, like, commanders have to pay for, like... in real life if they try and do that? Once the squadron is returned to the mission, speak and approve the full report. Squadron missions require 8 team. The time remains until the mission is complete by opening the timers. This one said it was only an hour. Yep. Need to go around and grab these guys. All right. I'm not doing main scenario. You can't make me. No. Everything up. Go ahead over here to... Oh, I noticed, you know, Gabu is actually... For one of the elite tasks, elite hunting things I did for the Grand Company, one of them was also named Gabu, and apparently that's just a common name for the Beath's tribes. because it was a Pikmin of a different, so it's like their position within the, because he did, the little one did say that it's like the future, he's a future whatchamacallit. Yes, I'm making perfect sense, shut the fuck up. A future Pikmin versus one that's already a Pikmin. Boo. If they find us, you'll protect me, won't you? What are you waiting for? We stand lookout, you take the crystal. I don't know any better. I'd say this crate was... You could stop me and say something before I... Time is short. If you have the crystals, you should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother! It's just that... I'm quite certain the crate once wore Ishgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces. But enough remains to make out the patterns. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Korthus to obtain crystals, much less bother to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into the Veldbrand by another party, most likely a pawn of the Asians, is Thancred suspected. I don't understand. Who are the Asians? Do they worship the Great Father Titan too? Never mind you about that. As Alisaie said, we do not have a lot of time. Could you lead us to the next cast, Gabu? Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. Next one's the last and very, very large, very big, very huge, very large. You know, we shouldn't be carrying all of them with us. Just throwing this out there in case, you know, I get taken out in a cutscene. One second, y'all. Checking something. Wrong thing, wrong thing! Hey, it's a batsman. I guess it's inside here. The reason why I'm not finishing up that quest real quick is because, first of all, I might be pulled into a raid soon. Rather not have a talking thing I have to skip or jump out of. There you are. See, like that. What torturous thing is this? Zabad. Zabad. As long as people behave themselves. Which can be hit or miss on that one now that I think about it. Character actually have a heal. Oh. Ever occurs 54. Ah. Running. Running, 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 running. Pretty small amount of people. I think the healer's new, by the way. Didn't say much because I died a few times by healer because I absolutely forgot how things worked on this. Hey, we wander far enough away. Where the fuck you going? Hey. Hank, where are you taking this? Hi, Nosewall. That's fine, I understand, especially if you're busy with stuff. But I appreciate the raid, hun. I hope everything's going well for you. Not going well at all. I'm sorry to hear that, hun. If they drag them all the way. Your brother. I can understand being angry at siblings. Well, say I no longer live with my siblings, so I can't exactly say completely being angry at siblings, but I mean, stream was nice. That was good at least. What were you playing? Simmons? Simmons, huh? I'm at the end of both of them. Nice! I've never actually played a Mega Man game, and I've heard good things about Sonic Frontier. Sonic games are platformer games, and I'm not particularly good at platform games, so... But from what I've seen of Sonic Frontiers, it's a gorgeous game too. And Sonic fans kind of enjoy, need to have a good game for them, because I've heard so many, like, I say, they've been getting a lot of L's in the Sonic game department apparently for a while. Messed up on that one. Needed to do this. Those fights are so much quicker nowadays. From what I've seen. which one is your favorite Sonic game? Is Frontiers pretty high on the list? I think I've only played, I mean, I played Sonic Colors, I think, with my nephew. And that, But I remember playing the classic original a lot when I was young. I wasn't good at it at all, and often ended up getting bored out of it. But I'd always come back to it for some strange reason, like I like torturing myself. Alright, take over number 1 spot. Knuckles attachment. Huh. I guess what annoyed me most, I'm not sure, Colors. With Colors was I was trying to play it with a young child, and to some degree it's not as clear as it could be. So trying to keep feeling bad because this kid used his money on it. And knowing what it's like to get a game. Okay, that's fine. Hey Fox, how are you? But having a game that isn't as fun as you thought it would be, and not having much recourse because he bought it at GameStop used. Mm-hmm. Nice. Didn't you already beat that one, or am I confusing that with like Cold Steel 2, or is it like a second ending kind of thing? Also looking guide for first. Okay. So I don't miss anything. So you like the game that much to do that? Romance another. You romance characters in that? Was that something I absolutely missed you telling me about? And can you choose between being a male or female, or is it just one set, sadly you only play as a gender person? Character's male, okay. So, my guess is... Okay. Also, I'm guessing there would probably be somebody who'd make a mod that would allow it to. And you can romance in that one too? I am not paying attention to wherever I am. I'm lost. Okay. Can't have multiple husbandos. Okay. You should pack up the crystals and leave now. The kobolds could stumble upon our handiwork at any moment. But they were here! Heaps and heaps of crystals! I would say the crystal's here, but unless it's marked a bit well hidden. Past times, you see no sign of the crystal. Confounded? What about you, Ishnai? Any luck? Nothing, nothing, nothing cannot be! Grabu saw them, spotted, saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is to and why. What do you think? Within Gomaro, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again. That's the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them! We will, Gabu. We will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, they would have found the other crates empty and have sounded the alarm. Or maybe they were distracting us by looking at that and they already have the crystals. Nevertheless, I believe time for stealth has passed. We have to breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There's no other way to prevent Titan summoning. But first, give me your crystals. I might deliver them to the Commander, blah blah. We do not take them to the bowels of the mountain. Yeah! Smart! Right, it'd be folly to deliver the culprits the very thing we sit to deny them. Mother, Father, we're coming! Crystals are safe, if you'd be so kind. Thank you. I'll deliver to the Camp Overlook for the safekeeping and brief Commander about the situation. Pray go on ahead. I recall there's an aetherite within the mines that should deliver to the naval. Gabu's doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall rejoin you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But this is what you prefer, then Godspeed, brother. This way, this way! Is this... Nope, still not opening that way. I have to go all the way around, goddammit game. Alright, Gabu. Note the patriarch and parents are still there. I take this aetherite as we seek, right then. As soon as Alphino arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic. Ishnai, there's no telling what kind of resistance we'll face in there. All of the resistance. That's what we'll find. All of it. Quickly, you clods! Briskly, swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any more further delays. Hi, bitches! Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There'll be no summoning this day. Overdwellers here, but how did you... Where are my parents, patriarch? Where are they? Mother? Poke for the furnace? You monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord Crag. We are his, and that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the Overdwellers. No, Alize, not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair. Whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering upon your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it needs not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us together to build a lasting peace. I mean, Another piece to be abandoned at the Overdweller's convenience. Oathbreakers. All of you. Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. It's not wrong, that's what I was about to say. You take and take and take. And then we have your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last. Until you grow hungry again. When we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live. Our god drains the land of Aether and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will learn no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own land. You will not ruin ours. Did I come for you? And I did! I'm here! I'm here! I'm here! He's up there! Please! 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 Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Anger of a child. Seven hells. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Leave him to me. Go Carbuncle. We must away. He's breathing, and I don't see any injuries, but I can't seem to wake him. He's in shock. By the 12, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. His anguish and despair has served to birth a primal, just as surely as it would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have one cause for optimism, it is while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of Aether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan permitted to leave Ogomoro, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops and the cycle will continue. You know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Why are you asking me? I'm going to! Thank you, my friend. Unless I will attend to Gabu. When you finish the primal, look for us at Camp Overlook. We'll be expecting you. I have to do normal, hard. Okay, that's kind of okay. Melee. Moments of dodge. Ah, wrong thing. Wrong thing! Did he get thrown? They said I'd come, I'm here, father, mother, I can't find you, why? Okay, I already got that. Fuck. There we go. Where are you? Same number for, I know, right? 3? And summons the power of love. Absolutely, I would absolutely see him in a, you know, magical girl skirt. It's nothing like boss fights. I know you do these daily anyways, but let's also in the story make you do it multiple times as well. Why am I'm not here. You're back! Gods, what a relief. Were you expecting anything different from me? Sounds like you have. Ah, there she is. Did I not tell you she'd return safe and sound? I mean, safe and sound is relative, being that I had rocks explode near me. The deed is done then. Titan is no more? Good, though it has been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he's made no attempt to respond. He's almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility he succumbs to the Primal's influence, should that prove to be the case. He must be put to death like any other thrall, such as the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. We must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Ysail's followers were beyond reason, and many have yet since laid down their arms and accept Ishgard's peace. We can but watch, wait, and pray. I know what happened, God's help me, I was there, but the thought that we might have to— 7 hells, he's just a child! Alright, Boko. Move. Stop being in the way. I'd rather not worry about what makes. It's not to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us contend more with immediate matters. Informing the commander of Titan's demise, for example, you may be certain he will be glad of the news. So would you be kindly to break it to him? I expect the commander would be over here. Enjoy hearing the tale of Titan's defeat from a woman responsible, don't you? Not really. I've done this enough that I really don't care. I keep having to go after Titan and kill him, and it's like, oh, inform people of it. This has literally become like a trip to the grocery store. Why do I have to announce that I've, you know, gone to the grocery store and come back? Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. It's all settled, that is? I'm glad to hear it, but not half as glad as my men will be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and there ain't no soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, like, we all prepared to do our part, but we aren't so naive to think that we live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it did not come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like a cause for celebration. Now, I know you have a lot of places to be, but why not stay the night? We'll be honored to raise a glass to triumph the return of Titan's Bane. I feel like that's a hollowed thing, though.
Who goes there?
Nobody. Literally nobody.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp.
I mean, you can take care of yourself.
He hasn't been
Kinda.
feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words.
Definitely.
I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever.
Well, you know the saying is ignorance is bliss. The more you know... No, the curse of understanding is also the curse of understanding.
I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness.
You mean the normal human behavior?
I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me.
Well, the thing with love is if somebody truly loves you, it isn't like you're dividing love. It may be dividing time, but love grows. It doesn't, you know.
Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them.
I mean,
I've lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others,
well,
of
I mean,
course.
they call all races
Good
that
people.
aren't beast tribes
People with whom I felt a kinship.
humans, so
whose
not
lives
sure
I could not save.
how we're gonna work with this exactly.
I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever.
Yeah, the term humans, Hardar or whatever, Highlands, or what's usually...
wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing.
I don't know, it just happens to sometimes when they're referring to... just turn out to be like that. Didn't agree to it either. It's just they don't want to overthink what
We have to
call
try, do we not?
everything.
Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger.
Oh, are you gonna reveal Urianger?
Pray, forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it?
It tends to be with
Mayhap
me.
you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
I am a silent protagonist here. Except when I'm not. Except I am, but I mean... Damn it! Two of them I really... Telephone, why would...
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk.
Yeah, I totally didn't somewhere in the back of my mind think just fuck already, but that might have made the situation worse.
I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though.
Hi,
Maybe
Rose, how
being
are
in the
you?
presence of the warrior of light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving.
No, it is not.
The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, warrior of light.
Then when you stopped it, it's fine.
As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on. For the sake of those we hold dear.
Carry on, carry on, carry on. Power of 75. Go away! It's girl time! Go away! We girl bonding. I don't know what gender what his name is, so I can't quite argue on that, but if we're having girl time, everybody who's around is a girl now. That's how that works. Same.
To what end?
If we're having that kind of bonding time, everybody's a girl at that point.
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
I just keep on thinking Irianger,
What
but
did the man in white have to say?
with that outfit.
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
But I don't know if he is still the companion from the other place. I don't know.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Oh, I was right? It's just the voice. I kept thinking Irianger's voice, and then just general.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation.
But also, how he
Shouldst thou be of
how he
like
forms his
mind,
sentences.
Pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too-delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
Death? Yes.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw her out. We'll make it quick.
Fun.
It shall be done.
It's his voice and then how he speaks that immediately makes me think this is Irianger.
What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved?
This is not made up,
Heartless
but
fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends.
oh, I am right.
I
This
shall
is
not now
Irianger.
beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
Like, with this name, Irianger, the fact that I keep slaughtering it means that... Don't trust... I'm joking. Irianger is playing with fire and thinking he won't get burned. That's what I'm feeling like. The other thing that occurred to me on why that might be Irianger is because, what Elian's, the twins said, and then seeing that cutscene of them being together in the library. I'm just seeing if, it's around here. I'm slaughtering your name again! What ho, Ishnai, I trust you've had a good night's rest. It's still fucking night! Okay, fine, yes. was but this moment speaking with Thangrit and Ishtola via Pearl Link. Good that, you know, that still exists when it exists, kinda, sort of. They have some interesting news to share. Apparently during their course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. Would seem someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. According to the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Amok believes that it's only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are with Ishgardian's crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we play Iriange. Speak of the devil! Wait, where is Elase? She was here a moment with Gabu. I mean, technically she wandered off before too. Would you kind of look for my sister? She's out somewhere in the camp. I'm sure you'll find her. Why don't we go together? Or are we searching apart so that we can... Mission complete for the... Let me guess, it's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it's any consolation, I've already packed my things. You unpacked their things? How is he? Brother, Commander Bolin, something tells me you're not solely out here for the concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there's been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with the same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? Treat him with every kindness. He's still in there, I know it, but beneath the anguish and despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance, until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what's become of him. Aye, you need not worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure a better part of the crystals, it could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, nor will the Maelstrom Command. Good, because I won't let them either. I'm sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should have never been made to. And I know I can't not possibly understand. Mayhap there's nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels like fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst up and fill up again with your love for them. And never ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Ellis, say thank you. We need to give him a hug, goddammit, before we leave. Have faith, sisters. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who are orchestrating these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A 1,000 times over, there will be a reckoning. First to RPG Sex Capital of Final Fantasy XIV. And we're gonna go look at the poor saps that are under my direction. squadron has returned from their deployment. Pray look over the command. Let's see. The recruits appear to carry out their task in a sufficiently competent manner. You'd be surprised with how many privates manage to lose their way on a simple patrol route. I mean, don't ever have me try and do anything like that. Any case, I get lost in fucking limbs all the time. A smaller success would improve the unit's cohesion and help sharpen their individual skills. Speaking directly with the squadron sergeant to begin missions or deployments or check mission reports. Each mission can be completed once per week with deployment starting. Let's start training. Improve the abilities of individual routes for the main. You decided the squadron skills could be used some sharpening. Check the regiment board for training courses. As much as I champion learning through doing, there are some things that need to be taught. Tender, the more bleed during training, the less bleeding during the field, as my old shield sergeant said. If we want this squadron to be the most elite unit in Maelstrom, then we'd best not neglect their military education. Let me guess, I will have to pay for it myself. I think you'll find that course name's self-explanatory. All right. Affinity. Really? Still no other for. I'm running out of room. I have too much shit. I mean, as seals, but I mean. Now I can summon a minion. Type properly? Regiment has begun. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What was I thinking? I know, what were you thinking? God damn it. Had a thought. Scary, I know. Other real use for them outside of that. I already have the That is so obnoxious. I'm probably gonna get all the augmented stuff for this stuff. It doesn't really matter about some of these. Might just for looks alone for... That doesn't count towards line provisioning missions. Okay. Good to know. Just down here it says Chocobo Races, but I'm thinking about that. Or should I? Now that I think about it, just so we can do at least the first true Chocobo race on stream to see me torture myself with racing game. Hey, Sir Silvertime! How you doing? I didn't have to travel here for this. But I did anyways, so... I don't know what I'm doing! Caucasus water, what's that? Indeed state. Ew! Never said I was a good person. Never said I was a good person. Sorry, I'm concentrating on not dying. Whatever the equivalent for this is. Can you not? Hmm. Covering. What's this? So I breed them? Does it... Do both the, rank or G2 rank or whatever have to be equal to each other, or can I do a higher level up one with a lower... Rather not buy. I don't... Okay. Are sessions, however many sessions you have, is that, by daily amount, or is it by a level amount? If it lets you... Okay. Oh, yeah, I did. I managed to get the, one before... the week before thing done. Literally about 30 minutes before it was finished. Win 10, God. Well, I mean, yesterday was last, too. Ba. We're gonna do that. I can do that too. At least I got third this time around. One more and then I'll stop. Shush, shush, shush. I'm not much of a racer person anyways. But this is the ADHD game. I mean, area for me. Like, I know most of this area is ADHD for me, but it's worse. When I was younger, I really did like racing games. I was really good at this motorcycle one, motocross or whatever. But I've kind of I fell out of favor liking those kind of stuff. Oh, so we're gonna go through all of them. Exit left. Are the different ones indicative of kind of like how some can go over water, some can go over land better, all this other stuff, or is it just colorations for this right now? I jumped to that one. I'm not much of a meta. Second place! Woo! Yeah, like I said, once I understand what's going on with the racing things, I used to do it as a child a lot. So I don't like the movements feel a lot stiffer on this. Okay, that works. Thank you on that. Anyways, back to the Waking Sands. Nothing bad is gonna happen. Oh wait. Oh, 75% rate. Okay. I guess, I'll have to wait. That one, but all right. Go ahead and clean up this. Alright, got that done. Now let's see us not be betrayed by anyone important. Gonna be no stabby stabs on this end. No, no, no. All the stabby stabs. Return to the return to the Waking Sands. After all, we were talking to Thancred and Y'shtola on the Pearl Link, but we can't do that currently. We have heard the glad tidings from Ogrim More, my friends. By the grace of the 12, your most valiant efforts, the people of RPG sex capital of Final Fantasy XIV may rest easy. And fuck easy, I don't know. I should like to think so, yes. Alphino agrees with me! Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in waking him. Enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warrior of Darkness could make it matters worse. 'Twas no means of unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Let us speak of another matter, one which weighs heavily on my lady's mind. As thou request, I sought out the G-Rune oracles that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracle paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin by every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded, then of the 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. I, as my lady Midphilia spake unto thee, As for what becameth of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendered to her call to flow into endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then, if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? In essence, yes. The verse speaketh of the reunification of flesh and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall into the transcendent light in the manner of the warriors of darkness described, it would give way unto the void where none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reasoned, than for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth to the source may be born anew, saved. Such at least is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on the subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. Not really discovery, I'm guessing. Twould seem several large shipments of crystals have been delivered to the hands of certain Alamegan parties. Alamegan, strange. You believe this is the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, unless you wonder of their motive. I would remind you that the Ascians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Rhagar. The individuals who took receipt of the assumptions are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of the Almegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Elaine Rall's network of spies. Is that the one who worked underneath the Flame General? Surely you jest, and yet, not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All which is irrelevant, forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group, which received the crystals without delay. Ishnai, Alese, will you come with me to Little El Amigo? Stare down. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Alpha and Alonze, Ishnai, are you three listening? Good, I have tidings. The Temple Knights have raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago, and a cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation they were in employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. Oh, who'd have thunk? Then you have them, and the crystals too? What few remain, regrettably, it would seem they've dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. So it's bound for Little Amigo, we are told, where it will be received by the members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Elmux men no longer have any need of my services, I have mine to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipment but a few moments ago. Haha, and there I was thinking I finally was one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and her little helpers. I am not Santa, and these are not... They're about the same size as me. They can't be my little helpers. Wait a moment. There's more. And I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly employed of the Elaine Royale, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning on contacting Y'shtola next, but there is someone else you... Is there someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. Anything new to say? small talk. One agent and the other does arrive, so does our struggles wax and wane. What have you asked of me? How fares the realm? Tyra told me all. Thou hast prevailed over the Asians, and so avenged Moonbrieth. Knowledge takes expectation, expectation colors perception. On occasion, truth may issue from the mouths of fiends and foes. Our knowledge is dwarfed by our ignorance, and what wisdom we possess have been distorted by the passage of time. No matter how we distorted our wisdom becometh, it may never forget the man is the master of his own destiny. The final verse of the Divine Chronicles foretelleth the destruction of the world, but if it is our fate to perish, it is too our fate to fight. So let us fight on, as ever we have, in the hopes that dawn's light will shine once and forevermore. The primals, the viewed unstrength by paragons. Beneath the stars for the sky. I'll pray I'll proceed with all due caution. To what ends the refugees covet the crystals remaineth to be seen. What in the world has got into her? It's twice now we sought Eranger's aid, and twice he's treated him as if he was a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Liviar estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them together laughing. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter later, though. Little amigo waits. El amigo! Woo! Still no sign of Thancred. Trying to be quick. I'll get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me, it's been a long day. Do you have something to say? Arianger. Oh, I've always to struggle to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, Ishnai, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I am prepared to do what it must be done. Right then, on to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we gather in his absence. If you're trying to say to murder Eloange, I will point out there that I haven't known him as long as both of you, and I think it'd be better if I did it. If you're thinking about, you know, stab, stab, stab. Right then, on to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. Let's pray someone will be willing to speak to us about the resistance. I mean, I can turn red mage, but I'm not level 60, so... Why do I? Yeah. So let's review. We are reliably informed that the members of the Al-Amigan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals. Our task is to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the shipment, the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here would be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge of Source is to find individuals who are both able and willing to share the information with outsiders. I mean, why don't I go talk to the big guy like I did before? It's sensible to divide our forces. Really? Why don't you question the residents of the eastern half of the town? I'll say, and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Look, I've already met with the people here before. It's not like I am unknown to them. I don't know why. I mean, for once, for absolute fucking once, why I'm not talking with all of them. I know that's usually you send them on to do everything, but I mean, I think that I'd have a bit more trust here along the lines of everything. Well, then again, I did get Wilford killed. Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first one to answer the Griffin's call. While he lit a fire in every Almigan's heart, he also inspired more than a few Uldalans to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder the Garleans won't stop until we're all under a yoke. Griffin's the leader we've been waiting for, mark my words. With this help, we'll finally take back our homeland. Is that is that an Ascian or an Ascian puppet? Probably an Ascian puppet, now that I think about it. I see you there, going on around asking questions, looking for the Griffin in his lot, I bet. But Alamirgo! Yeah. Seems they don't talk of little Almigo these days. Folks wondering what he's about, and what he's got in store for the Garleans, and what's under this mask of his, of course. Some say he has hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Other reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they sent a bloody legion of they knew he was here. Your guess as good as mine. You ever wear a mask like that? They're bloody hot! He must have pretty good reason to wear one all the time. I'd sooner stay indoors. I mean... maybe the reason why he's wearing it is because... I don't know. It's not for the enemy to know who he... not because to hide himself from the enemy from knowing who he is. It's from knowing the people that he's tricking who he really is, I guess. That's my idea. I had a dream when I was a child. When I was whole, when we were whole. It's not too late, is it? The resistance, damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to them, cough wheeze. If you set sore by all these tales of secret weapons, lucky to you, but I'm too old for the mask's bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. Maybe if things were different, but they're not. I want to believe I do. Well, that was easier than expected. There's not a soul here who isn't eager to talk about our masked friends. I suppose I should ask what you've learned, but I think I've already know. Cool! This Griffin seems to be the leader of the newly formed faction within the Resistance. The Masks. Yet, despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Guerrillas, fun. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is not channeled in the direction of a primal. Oh, never! Ascians wouldn't push that. Though I feel confident this is a group which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I'm at it. Given that you and Gonobal are already acquainted, mayhap it'd be best if you took the lead, shall we? I was already gonna do that, and in fact, I don't know why we didn't do that at first. Rather than going underneath, you know, kind of underneath his nose. Going around asking his people before straight up asking him himself first. To hear people speak of him, the Griffin sounds like a man in his middle years, but if that's the case, just what has he been playing at for the past 2 decades? If he's so devoted to the cause, why wait until now to do something about it? Unless, of course, he hasn't. Or he's just been waiting for the time that feels like it's the safest or best time for it? Oh. Not would please me more than to be wrong about all this. I mean, much as it pleased me to see you again, Ishnai, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours has been asking questions. See? We should have gone straight to him! The Griffin? I know of him. We all do. He and his masks have become the leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it is to take to lead them to victory. I had a thought. Okay, a wild thought. The guy who basically usurped Alphino from the Crystal Braves, he was rather charismatic, wasn't he? The fact that a lot of them kind of followed him. quite willingly. But I cannot help but admire man for what he's accomplished, but I have not forgotten Wildred. I was blind to the danger of ambitions, and you were not. But I still got him killed in the end! The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the Sunken Temple of Corn. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go ahead. I will stay behind and wait for him. You know link pearls exist. Pearl links exist. Pearl links exist! I mean, we only use them when we need it. Men who can inspire such fervor in their followers are destined to shape the world. In what manner, however, is not always clear until it's too late. Young ones were led astray once. Help us ensure that it never happens again, for their sake and for Wildred's. Yeah. Whatever could be keeping him. If he's taking the scenic route, leaving us to do the whole hard work, I shall treat him with a piece of my mind. She doesn't know that he can't seem to use teleportation things anymore, so he's literally running over here. At least that's what Ishtola said. Like, something about his Aether or whatever. Also, I need to kill something here. Okay, Archer. Or, Maelstrom stuff. I'm gonna real quickly do that. I know it's over there when we will be free. Look for, if it's an archer, look for them with bows! Wow! I'm smart! Alright, it does not list that one as needed. No, it's I think how much. Guess we go. Like actually in Xanark? They meant Archfeet. Yeah, what was I thinking? There we go. I see you. I'm going in deeper anyways because I don't want to be involved in the fate. Oh, you missed. 3 feet in fucking front of you and you still missed. Look at this. Up. Got that. Here. Literally, it's... quicker for me to do that than it is to try and wander back over that direction. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. might as well, you know, talk. Welcome to the Saintly Moon. Is the Sunken Temple of Corn. When relief, they actually said somebody who's built the twins. They can be a little overbearing. This is for unlocking the hard thing, so I might as well do it while I'm here. Some imperious soon enough, though, when it falls within the run to concern. In case you don't know, the two are the chairman's prodigy, them and Miss Nini Coco. You'll find that much has changed within, thanks to those fool robbers. Take care, but do not so much that you cannot make haste. Is it already done? I hear voices coming from within. Everything's safe. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Nobody's to but die. Or to become tempered. Or look so fucking obvious.
Brothers and sisters,
as people who aren't a part of this.
20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
Hi, Egbert. I immediately recognize that voice.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled.
I mean, better to flee to fight another day than to die.
Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same.
I mean...
We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out. Building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains.
Okay.
We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country. Or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery.
Woo. We bad people.
The Black
Woo!
Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes.
I mean, we'll get around to it. I am main protagonist. I haven't quite reached that direction yet.
Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood.
No,
and
it doesn't.
The Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands.
I mean, we've proven that with the dragons. It doesn't always, but go on.
This I promise you. For we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness.
I'm quite
Only
sure
join us.
your
and
enemies
we
have
shall
that power
grant you
also.
the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Albania once more.
Let's say, however, none of y'all have the, power within that I have. So, as main protagonist, so all y'all are fucked.
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that.
Alphino.
Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
Not taking in the sights, you know. We've decided to become archaeologists.
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
I'm not sure if the voice changed.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
Because the last time they saw me, I was not an astrologian, so... No question why I look like a, you know, strange, crazy astrology person. Of all the places to meet, it has to be fate. Yes, game developers, fate. May happen by imagination, but you seem rather more rugged and world-weary than when last we spoke. It is not your imagination. I am also looking like a witch. Astrology witch. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it was pretty obvious you and Ishnai would be fine. The Crystal Braves have never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. If you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? We're paying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Udall, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right, they smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and the General Rababan had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our pearl links as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it? To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard the rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seven Dawn? I wonder why! Ilbert. Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think that the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, a talented rabble-rouser to boot. It does not surprise me if he was responsible for the majority of the public appearances, but that sounded so much like Ilbert, or am I like... As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. Hard to know what to make of all of it. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not if I'm making all of you wear one. Mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when I heard the Griffin was due to give the speech, we thought it'd be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, to get a better sense of the man. For all the good it did. Now you've heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? We were just there for the archaeology. Why don't you believe us? Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. Resistance would never entertain such a ridiculous plan. But with the Griffin, well, the man's an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made such claims of late. I confess, I assumed it had to be more to be mere bluster, but the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible to say they're alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find it out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll have to answer to me. And me. And me. Indeed, that is, assuming you'll have us. Why would we not? I mean, you haven't yet stabbed me in the back. Physically, like actual physical knife stab. In retrospect, their tale is not so surprising. We had reason to believe that they escaped with the aid of Alamegan refugees, after all. Still, Tataru would be delighted to hear we've been united. Once we've attended to other matters here, of course. We still haven't told Midphilia's adopted mother that she's dead yet. Do you honestly believe he's planning to liberate Alamigo with the help of a primal? I mean, could he really be that stupid? I mean, the Ascians definitely have a silver tongue. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon us primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I would not be surprised if he was one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he'd probably tell us the masked plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without suitable incentive. My plan is follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers, fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble... I mean, this would have worked at the beginning of ARR because I'm not that famous. Do you really think that'll work now? I mean, Alphino, of course. Twink can go anywhere. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, would recount tales of your past achievements and testify as your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our own enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, you'll decide to welcome me in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You'll need to look the part, or we might sustain the rate. Do I... cornered at least. Here, take... This should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Tailbot to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? Will it be covering my face? It all seems simple, thank you. Enough for that, Ishnai, let's be off. I feel like this is a stupid idea that's somehow gonna work somewhat. Our identities will be revealed, but it can't be helped. We don't have time for a cleverer approach. Tailbot is an assortment of affordable clothing which he sells at the refugees. The sum in the sack should be more than sufficient. But if it and my name are not enough to secure his cooperation, pay him double. I shall see that you will recon. Money's no issue here. Absolutely no fucking issue here. Let's say want me to pay a couple million, then we might have a problem. But I mean, they wouldn't do that to me in this... Well, don't look at me. You're the one with the sack of guilt. You shouldn't say much either. You do have a sack of guilt, don't you? No, I dropped it. You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. A heavy leather pouch entrusted to you by Papalimo. Not all problems can be solved with a fistful of gil. For the rest, one must need to resort to a sack. Well, you're the ones with the gil, and seeing as you're friends of Papalimo. There, tunic and slops for both of you, tailored, treated to your taste. Now off with you before someone sees us together. Don't tell me you lost some Dallas Balls, woman. I'll give you another set if you did, but let's not make it. I didn't. I just wanted to say hi to you. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Yeah, yes. What's the... my mind's dying. The gentleman thing. Movie. Right then. I'll go and change and see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps. You know, I didn't save this. You know what I'm gonna do? You know, because I'm not the trolling kind of person. Ever. Pops. Yeah. Nope. Look as stupid as possible. You know, I'm gonna be wasting too much time on trying to look stupid as possible now that I think about it. There. Yes, I look like I'm down on my time. Hard times, yes. Right now. This is me, on hard times, adventurer. You are correct with fashion-wise. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Anything that looks very too fancy for our own good. Yes, there. Right now. Perfectly non-dirty outfit. Wait, no. I might resort to this joke again. I'm nothing if not repetitive. Wait, I'm so poor I can't afford a full outfit. You know? Gotta I don't think I have the stuff to actually make underwear look, but I do have the wetter clothing. I don't have enough money for fabric. See? Hi! Well, look at us, a pair of down-on-heel adventurers seeking to change and recapture past glories. Yes, this will suffice. Yes! Yeah, exactly. Now we play the waiting game. No, this is Alphino, my servant. I'm quite sure Albert, he'll see right through me.
Comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
If this was Albert, this used to be his old commander kind of thing.
A great interest, you might say.
Alphino, get the fuck out. You're bad at acting.
Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms.
Get the fuck out.
I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal.
Okay, I may be autistic, but I feel like that is being too blunt and open and honest.
That would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals.
With it, does that mean it is literally his voice, or is it metaphorical his voice?
You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal.
Bum, 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 bum!
We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon
Damn, mine
their
was
god,
cooler.
they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad?
I mean, he did it already, so yes.
When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
I wanted Bomb. I went with Bomb.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes.
I mean, yes, and then yes. I mean, look at me. I'm in a luxurious underwear, a swimsuit.
It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
To be fair, I haven't been with the Scions for like 20 years, so I mean, I got nothing to do with this on why or not we haven't, freed them yet. But now that I'm here...
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
Except who the real Griffin is.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light?
Maybe.
Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference.
Good, good. Just pick your battles.
You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed.
The antelope
But that was a
horn?
lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
If you throw yourself away, it's a battle you can't win. You have squandered the gift I've given you.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Vladimir, he said. Do you remember? Forgive me, you cannot be expected to recall every name and face. Besides, I remember he definitely wasn't wearing, you know, not a shirt and just like the leather things that and was stupid enough to wander off into a cave because he wanted to die alone because he didn't want to bother his companions or cause them problems. Not that it matters. I've long admired how you live in the present, how focused on promise at hand, and always keep moving forward. I mean, it's not good altogether to do that either because you might miss something that might cause you problems in the future if you forget the past. Let's secure these crystals. No time for looking back now. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zarba. Oh, good that I was already there trying to kill them for archers, but I mean, I didn't realize we were going to go there. Ready to surprise say of all we've learned. I'll join you both in Little Amigo after I've changed. Yes, and I will unglamour. Ta-da. I'm gonna glamour up because I do not like these this did not, you know, boot shoes with the. Get rid of that. That's in my inventory because I'm already, you know, running out of shit. In that, room. I'm lost. Yeah, I'm having to balance things out. Hi, Thancred. Kept you waiting, eh? My apologies. Just admit you can't travel by Aether anymore. Ah, that's much better. Subterfuge was never my strong suit. You are prepared for battle then, eh? Then? Yeah, I noticed subterfuge was never your strong suit. It was kind of... Now that Thancred has finally arrived, mayhap you could share your latest findings. You mean to tell me that we were worried ourselves sick about Ida and Palomino? Papalimo, excuse me. We're here all along. Well, your solo will be relieved. Also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. Yes, indeed. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the blah blah blah. For we know they've been preparing the summon in Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zar without delay. Agreed. If there's not else to discuss, let us depart at once. And so they go forth in according with the Griffin's plan. Players gather to assume their marks on stage, whether in flame. Ere long, the curtain shall rise, and the drama for which I am author, gods forgive me, shall be at last performed. I definitely. Naught else remaineth, save the stand at the ready and pray the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. Angers was playing the fucking long game here. Oh, good that I don't have to walk over here. All seems calm here. Is it possible we've been deceived? You'd think there'd be a little more obvious signs that something was afoot, but if anything, the place seems quieter than I remember. I have a bad feeling about this. I mean, I'm always up for things differently happening than me going to have to kill another primal again for the whatever time. I confess I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions, not until we have braved the bowel of embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray to do so now. I shall await your signal. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. So I recommend you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes. Something different? Alright, will I have to speak aloud these fucking lines? Because I'll sit back here and drink. And not alcohol, I don't have alcohol, but I mean...
This isn't right. The Emulger would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Good! I can rest my voice. Also, I'm gonna run get some water. Either way, so I can drink while testing my throat.